Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Whalenerds podcast. This is episode number 26. My name is Slater, and I'm here with Eric and Katlyn.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
And I just shut the window because it's freezing. You guys, I was gone for like 5 days. Mm-hmm. And on all 5 of those days, you guys saw like the craziest stuff ever.
Yeah.
Let's see. It started with me leaving on Friday in the morning.
Yeah.
And halfway down the coast, I'm headed to LA. And about halfway, I get a text message. Are you with the killer whales right now? And I look on social media, and I see all the stories of people with killer whales.
Yep.
And Katlyn works on Fridays.
Yeah, dude, you missed out.
What the freak did you see?
I don't even want to tell you because you're going to be upset.
I'm upset.
You're already upset. Might as well tell you. Okay, well, here's the thing, actually. We almost messed it up. So, we were watching some humpbacks and some dolphins out west. And then Eric and company up north were like, oh, we have the 51s. And I was like, oh, shoot, we better go up there. And so we were watching this humpback, and we're like, oh, there's like 3 Rizzos in front of it. We'll look at these, and then we'll go. So we turn and leave. Well, they were not Rizzos. So this other boat was like, oh, hey, these are killer whales. And we were like, no, they're not. They're 3 Rizzos. Nope, we were wrong. It was 3 killer whales.
It was just 3?
So then we followed the 3 killer whales for a little while, and this other boat is like, oh, we see a male down here. And I was like, okay, well, we'll keep track of that. And then the 3 were kind of going northwest. I was like, all right, well, maybe they'll meet up with the 51s. But it was like a lot of boats just trying to follow 3 killer whales. And so we just went down to that other group. We never really did see the male, but then we get down to the other group, and it's like 3 or 4 females and juveniles, and the male's hanging around somewhere out in the distance. And out of nowhere, we're like, okay, they're down on a dive. We'll wait. This one killer whale jumps like 15 feet in the air. I was like, oh.
A killer whale did?
Yeah. I was like,
no one got it,
all right. No. Definitely 2 full body lengths in the air before it started to crest and come back down. I was like, oh, my God.
2 full body lengths? That's 60 feet, Katlyn.
No, of a killer whale?
25 feet?
No, it was like a female. It was not like, dude, this thing was like, it was way up. The highest I've ever seen a killer whale jump.
Like a male killer whale max was like, what, 30 feet at the most?
25.
Oh.
There's some documented at 31.
Yeah, but
Yeah, see?
yeah.
Science.
No,
Documentations.
Dude, I'm not joking, though. It was like well over 10 feet in the air. It was crazy. None of us got a photo of it, of course, because we were not expecting it. We're like, oh, we're going to start timing their dive. And then this one just flies out of the water.
Even Duke, said that's the highest he's ever seen one fly out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been on the
It's
water
like
for a
that
while.
one picture that goes around on Instagram. It's like, that one's like crazy out and like into the sunset or something. I don't even know.
But real life. So then we were...
I don't know why I want to hear about your guys' trips.
We
I don't want to hear about it.
We were trying to figure out... This is how I feel every freaking podcast, okay? So get over it. So then we're trying to figure out what they're doing. And all of a sudden I see a Pacific whitesided dolphin. So I'm like, oh.
Just one?
Then we're watching, and they're chasing around this dolphin, and there's 2 dolphins. So I don't know how they got these 2 unaware, if they were just kind of like a small group wandering around, but they're chasing 2 Pacific white-sided dolphins, and then they end up losing one, and then they hit this other one out of the water like 4 or 5 times, and then they lose it, and they run for like a mile, and the dolphin got away.
But they never even killed that one?
No, they didn't even kill the dolphin.
Oh,
So
I bet it died later on.
It's out there somewhere with a gnarly backache. Because
Dang.
it got hit pretty hard.
I saw it in your picture.
Yeah.
Dang. So you're telling me they didn't even kill that
No,
thing?
they didn't even kill it.
Did you see any predations that day? Like
not
sea lions?
successful, no.
Wow.
Nope.
Were you out?
Yeah, I think that was the day. Actually, what happened was us leaving from Moss Landing, we actually had the CA-51s, and they were, I think that day, man, honestly, this last few days have been so amazing. I'm kind of confusing the encounters, but I think that was the day we actually saw him go after a sea lion, and then, we were watching them, and we called everyone in, and Moss Landing boats obviously got to enjoy them, but then, we called the Monterey boats, and yeah, you guys on your boat actually had something for the people down south, so both fleets got to see different pods of killer whales. So that day was pretty amazing. Pretty neat to have that, get that feeling that that these animals are plentiful in our bay.
Yeah, and it was the group that we had. I didn't recognize any of the whales, and it sounds like it might be whales that are not seen very often.
And it was one whale that you did recognize, right? It was.
No, I never saw the male. Some people think it was fat fin, but I never actually saw him, so I don't know.
Okay, so it's still unconfirmed.
I haven't seen any photos, but some people were thinking there was 2 males. I only saw one. It could have been two different times. Like. I don't know, but we never, we took off and followed the mom and calf chasing the dolphin, and the male kind of like followed us, but we were more focused on them, and so we didn't even really get good looks at the male.
Oh, okay. But
so, mystery.
Just to play it plain and simple, we've had a crazy amount of killer whale activity here in the bay to the point that Slater was losing his mind. We had a few rare visitors too. That showed up in the area.
Oh, yay.
They were so rare.
Hey, look, you know what? I was at a graduation, a couple birthdays, and Father's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, family's important.
Well, one of the rarer pods to show up was Adam's. I like to call it Adam's pod now in honor of him.
Rare.
And guess what? I got to see them.
Yep, you finally got to see him.
But we're not there yet.
No.
So what happened? So that was Friday. What happened Saturday?
It was... The CA51s, and basically, I'm looking at my records. Like I'm saying, it's like I'm losing track of. Let's just say since the beginning of the month, I personally have seen them on June 8th, June 9th, June 13th, June 14th, June today.
Okay.
June today, the 19th.
Okay, so
51s have been loving the
Saturday.
Monterey
You guys
Bay.
saw the 51s. What day did you see the blue whale? Was that Sunday?
The 16th.
The Sunday, 16th was a
Sunday.
blue whale. That was a neat sighting too. That was weird. Yeah, we had a single blue whale. Then we saw what appeared to be humpbacks in the distance, multiple animals, but they were moving at a high rate of speed and they're taking long dives. So we kind of got frustrated. So we told our passengers, okay, we'll try for one more good look. We got up there, and next thing you know, it's 3 blue whales moving at a high rate of speed towards the north, towards Santa Cruz. So that was our blue whale moment, but none have. I don't want to say none have stuck around. It's just that we've been so lucky with the killer whales. No one's really gone offshore to really go explore more.
Yeah. So the day that we followed on Friday, when we followed the killer whales a long ways with the dolphin, we ended up seeing a humpback when the killer whale slowed down and turned to go back to the main group. And so we kind of just let them go do their thing because they really needed to rest because they had just done like a really big long chase. So we let them peel off, and we saw this humpback, so then we kept following it out, and we were like way out at like the 06, 07 line, so well beyond the edge of the canyon, and all of a sudden we stumbled across like 15 humpbacks and dolphins. So maybe everything's just further offshore right now, and we're just not getting all the way out there to see it or what's going on. But we did find a pretty big group of humpbacks feeding out there and a lot of bait.
There's so much bay in the bay.
There's a lot of bait, yeah.
Since I've been back, man, they're just huge. And they're not little schools. They're like huge schools. Like that one we saw today was huge.
Yeah, today we had some really big bait balls and mackerel chasing the anchovies and stuff. It was good. Cool stuff.
All right, so Monday I came back.
You were on your way home, and that's when those Pacific Northwest.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, so Monday those rare transients were here.
Yeah.
And who saw them?
Eric.
Yeah, I saw them. It was the T-34s and T-37As and T-37. And it was another one of those moments where, some knowledgeable people were around and just staring at them going, 3 boats around us at least, and we're all looking at them going, these don't look familiar. No one could really figure it out. And then, eventually word kind of got out that were visitors from a more frequently seen farther up north. I want to say that before our particular sighting, the last sighting of any of these particular individuals, the furthest south, was around the border of Oregon and California. I think I want to say Crescent City or something like that.
Weren't they just sighted up there a few days ago? Is that that same group of whales?
Yeah. So we've gotten a lot of visitors from the Pacific Northwest into this area. So pretty fascinating.
What a weird season it's been so far. Like,
I'm hoping that June and July are like killer whale season.
Because it was pretty slow for killer whales because the gray whale migration was such a struggle. And then we've had like 3 out-of-town whale sightings. So we had El Pod. You guys had Pacific Northwest transients on your all-day trip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've had these ones a couple days ago. It's just like so bizarre.
It's going to be a good killer whale season.
I mean, I was explaining to passengers all afternoon today. You know, normally we see them 2 or 3 times a month in the quote unquote off season, which is the whole rest of the year except for mid-April to mid-May. And then we've seen them like 8 or 9 times this month in June, which is normally really slow.
I'll take it, except for don't do it while I'm off.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where, it's been confusing because we've seen them so much. But it seems like a lot of these events that we've had, those teas, we didn't see any of these events, but most of the other times we witnessed them, they were actually going after sea lions, and we've seen a few successful hunts out there. So definitely eating, showing signs of good health. Today, let's talk about today.
No, first you're skipping Tuesday, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So Tuesday was my first day back. You were off, huh?
I was with you on the boat, duh.
Oh, yeah.
With Adam's
You were?
super mega ultra rare whales.
I was with you.
Oh.
It's right here. 6.
Jeez. It's
6:18.
because I was filming, bruh. Okay, so Tuesday we had the CA-122s, but not 122.
Yeah.
And also the
50,
CA-51As.
And 50B.
And 50B.
Yeah, and you saw him kill a sea lion.
And, well, we left the sea lion, and it was hiding up against a boat hull. Mm-hmm. And then we left. But, anyways, that was a great encounter, huh?
That was amazing.
They made close encounters to, like, all the boats. They chased the sea lion. Actually, you know what's so weird is they passed the sea lion. The sea lion totally, like, skipped out of the water. And then they kept going, and then they circled way, way back to it. Like, they left it for a while.
Faked it out,
Yeah, or they found a new one. I can't remember.
They were letting it think it got away, and then they just crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't, though. They, like, didn't even hit it for so long. So weird.
Maybe they're teaching the little ones.
Yeah. Maybe, but it was a really good encounter. They lot of close passes. Like they came right under our boats. Our passengers literally had to just look down. They swam right in the boat.
They look really playful in the video too. Lots of
heads
socializing.
Yeah, heads high out of the water all the time. Tons of tail slaps. It was ridiculous. Like you would see 3 flukes out of the water at once.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then
we saw 3 tail slaps all at one time. They did a tail slap.
They even traveled well. I mean, Slater got some good footage.
Yeah, like, you know when they're traveling, sometimes they can be a pain.
They're actually porpoising.
On our second trip, they were just like traveling at a decent speed and like paralleling us kind of, and then just like porpoising though, and then like occasional like really high porpoises and like where it almost looked like they were breaching.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And then today, none of you guys were there.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Just kidding. Katlyn was on the boat with me in the morning, and we had, it was kind of a weird morning. We had northern right whale dolphins, Pacific white-sided dolphins, and some humpback whales, and everything was really like just kind of weird. They were kind of like not picking a direction,
being really unpredictable. Sometimes they'd really pick up speed, and then they'd slow down,
and
they weren't really feeding though. We'd go by bait ball after bait ball after bait ball, and they would not stop and feed.
The biggest bait ball of our life.
Really?
And I was like, I just got to just lunch feed right in the middle, and nothing.
Yeah, not even the humpbacks.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And then we kind of were like, well, maybe there's some killer whales around or something.
I knew it.
And then in the afternoon.
Well, also because the day before we had killer whales, so sometimes I feel like anytime we have killer whales, the next day the animals don't show that well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're kind of funky the next day.
So, sure enough, though, right as we're like probably 30 minutes from the dock, killer whale sighted, just outside of Moss Landing. And I was like, are we going to get him on the next one? Yes. Boom. Katlyn called Eric, and Eric came down.
Yep.
And we got to see them this evening.
And we all got to go on the boat together. We've been
cool.
on the boat together for a long time.
Yeah, it's rare.
Yeah, you're usually off when you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
that
usually
was cool.
me or Eric, not me and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that was awesome. And what'd they do this afternoon?
Bow chicka wow wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they looked like they were trying to make some little killer whales.
Like lit some candles for him or something, because man.
Played some Barry White.
And there was, 9?
9.
Because I got 6, and then I got 3 on the drone, so that was 9. Yeah.
So it was the 51s, and I'm not sure who else.
I don't think it was the one. Well, okay, so I saw Orion and I saw Bumper, and there was another male. I have a feeling it was a 51As. Wait, but that wouldn't make 9 though.
I didn't think that was 50B.
Yeah, and there would have been another one. Oh, shoot. I don't know who it was. I don't know the 138s that they saw the day before.
No, the 51As is 5 if 50B's with them. Plus 4 is 9.
Oh.
But I don't think that was 50B.
I didn't take any photos with my camera today. I only did the video.
We'll have to look at the photos later and see if we can figure out who it is. But there was definitely some male display happening, and there was lots of rolling.
What do you mean by
around,
that?
And
Eric's favorite, the
Eric's-
Schmeckle was out.
What?
Eric saw the killer whale's penis, and he was definitely very enthused about it.
All right, you just said that really. That was awkward. It's just that I was the one who noticed it. I was like, Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Science.
He yelled it from the back of the boat. I was like, thank you for that.
So basically, there's been tons of killer whales. So
I feel like when there are a lot of killer whales around, you're more likely to get like mating behavior.
well, dude, how many different pods? 122 pod, like 122 line, the C51,
Yeah,
C51As.
There's possibly 4 or 5 pods in the bay yesterday.
The
or
ones
today
that we
even.
saw on
Yeah.
Friday that I don't know who they are, and then those transients from the northwest. Yeah.
I wonder if any of them are just offshore and they know they're near each other.
Yeah, I think you tend to see them. If there's one sighting, then it's likely that you're going to see them again the next day. Is my opinion.
I hope they're in here again tomorrow.
My opinion is the stats of being able to see them, like the second day, is way higher.
Dude, you know what's so
You know what I'm
funny?
saying?
Think about this. I bet when they're in like the bay right now, like all 9 of them, and we didn't see anything in the afternoon. There was like that one humpback, but the
Yeah.
humpbacks aren't really scared of them.
No, well, and the humpbacks
But-
were like totally the opposite direction from where we left from.
But
too.
think about how funny it is that like when they're in the bay, do you think they realize like, wait, where'd everybody go?
They're like, oh man, everybody cleared out.
Except for like a few straggling sea lions.
That's just like how they live their life, though. They're just like used to the ocean clearing out around them.
I know, that's funny to think about, huh?
Like, what
Yeah.
if they really
Except
just
for,
want to
like-
be friends? They're like, wow, these humpbacks, they just hate us. Just want to be their friend.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that I've seen who was it? George or someone went after he went up to the humpbacks while we took a selfie with George that day.
Yeah, he was traveling down the coast.
And
yeah.
he like went over to a humpback real quick.
He was
and
like pretty
went
much.
away.
They were pretty much. No,
They were like parallel.
It was George on one side and then humpbacks on the other side, and they were all both simultaneously moving down the coast. Yeah, together. I remember that day. Yeah, that was me, you, and Tyler.
I've
Yeah.
seen Comet breach on top of a humpback.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like, this humpback was mugging them like normal. And Bumper and Comet were like harassing this humpback whale, and then Comet just like breached on top of it.
Dang.
It's like,
But you know, one thing,
right.
there was a lot of cabs with these.
Yeah,
younger
there was a
individuals with these
pretty
pods the last few days.
today. Yeah, well, the Northwest Transients had a little teeny tiny baby,
Mhm.
right? Like still really
Yeah.
orangey colored.
So did one of the whales yesterday, but it wasn't super small.
Yeah, it
There's
wasn't
a-
that.
It was
tiny.
orange.
Yeah.
But
There's a pretty young one in there today too. Which is why I don't think it's the 51As, because I didn't think she had a calf that little.
Mhm.
I thought it was bigger by now. So
Yeah.
I'm not convinced it's 51As from today.
Yep. Still not sure, but still trying to verify on a lot of these. Gotta go through so many pictures.
So it's been really good month so far.
Oh, yeah.
June has been an excellent month already.
Which is, I mean, I don't know.
What?
I go back and forth about June. Like, June's not my favorite month in Monterey, but this June has been pretty good.
Yeah. Well, the humpbacks kind of all left. That's why.
Yeah.
they're
So if
not-
there was
yeah.
there wasn't exotics, then like the
There
blue whale and the
wouldn't be much
humpback,
to
there are
look
killer
at.
whales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at our logs. Yeah, last summer, last June, I should say, we didn't have this. So this is amazing.
Yeah.
Did I move back? It's exactly been a year, bros.
Has it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it has. If we hadn't had that report of the dolphins this morning, though, man, that would have been a slim picking trick, because it took us like over an hour to find that first humpback. And then
Yeah, we definitely
finally-
passed a few though. I remember that one that like never came back up.
Yeah,
There was definitely whales, but nothing was showing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was the K-dubs.
Yeah, even when we do see humpbacks, it's been like single ones recently. Not
Mm-hmm.
many.
But that's kind of like they just like go around. I feel like they check into Monterey Bay, they eat a little bit, then they want to go cruise the coast and see what else is going on, and then they come back.
Yeah,
They like got to go survey all their options.
yeah. Rumor has it there's a good clump towards the Farallones.
Yeah, I
a lot
heard
of
that
krill.
as well.
Yeah, a lot of krill.
But it just happened because there was like this access cruise with Monterey Bay and all the sanctuaries. I think they took the Fulmar up there or something, and they went through like 2 weeks ago and they saw nothing.
Uh-huh.
And then like last week we heard that report from the boats going out to the Farallones. Oh, there's lots of humpbacks out here, so it just like instantly happened.
Come back this way.
Come back this way. Yeah.
They'll be back. They always come back.
All right, you guys.
Did you just quote Scarface?
What?
What?
Never mind.
I did?
All right, so
Not on purpose.
all right.
Wait, I
you
have
guys
a
saw
question
that?
for you.
What? What?
Why are little killer whales orange?
Oh gosh, people have been asking this question like every day of the
I know,
week.
that's
I feel
what I'm
like
saying. You want to address this one.
there's a couple different reasons, right? Or ideas or theories.
Ideas, yeah.
Yes.
We're not
Because one is that when they're young like that, they don't have a big blubber layer built up, so you can kind of see the blood vessels through, or what is it?
That's one. Yeah, that's one theory.
Okay, what's the other one that they're
Jaundice.
It could be jaundice. Yeah.
Yeah, but every single killer whale calf has that.
Well, I mean, a lot of human babies
common
are
in
born
infants.
jaundice too.
I was yellow.
Okay, but
I'm still yellow. But ow, she hit me.
She physically hit him.
Thanks for narrating that, guy.
Okay, so anyways, whatever.
So I mean,
little orange killer whales.
You know, like
Oh, speaking of little orange killer whales, and where was I? Salmon Islands. The guy goes, "It's like a little Cheeto." It was really orange.
it's like a little pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's like a little Halloween whale. Some of the orange coloration comes from diatoms too. Sometimes when you see that, you can see that on any whale, but that's not necessarily just like one exclusive thing for juvenile killer whales.
Yeah, I saw a comment of that on Facebook that they're saying it's diatoms, but diatoms looks way.
I mean,
different
all
than
baby
that.
killer whales. Look
And when
like
you think
that.
about it, it's a pod. They travel together, in
would
the
all
same
have
area. They would all have
diatoms.
diatoms.
Yeah, that's like the
Yeah.
Antarctic killer whales. They all have not all of them, but
Yeah.
well, actually most of them do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go and do like these skin maintenance migrations to get the diatoms and the dead skin off because they do get pretty well coated down there. So they like go up to the subtropics for like 3 or 4 days and then they come back.
All right, you guys. So, did you see the killer whale video going around where the killer whale, they're swimming with it? I don't know where it's at, but it's really clear
Rock
blue
Sea.
water. And then it circles the guy and like stops and like you can see it's like clicking and stuff, or you can hear it. And then
Really?
Oh, no.
then it comes back by the guy that has the camera.
No, I
And
thought
it
you were
swims
talking
away.
about the
Oh, it's
other
underwater
video.
footage?
You guys didn't see it?
No, I haven't
No.
seen it yet.
Oh.
Hold up.
It's really cool. So,
Is it on the Facebooks or on the YouTubes?
anyways, it's it's everywhere. But anyways, that video, or someone messaged the Whalenerds. The person's name is Danny, and she asked a cool question, or gave us a good topic, and it's to swim or not to swim with cetaceans in the wild. What do you guys think? While I look for this video.
I think if you do it in a respectful way, it's not a big deal. It's kind of like whale watching, right? Like from a boat. As long as you're not, harassing the animals by, like, you're being respectful, you're following them in safe ways, and you're being responsible.
Okay, so like if you have to run up on top of the whale, jump in front of it to get a look at it underwater.
Right.
But if you're able to just park the boat, slip into the water without like making a huge splash, even with the whale sharks, they make you just slide in because you don't want to spook them.
Yeah.
Slide into the water and then slowly like paddle out away from the boat, obviously, so you're not bringing them close to the boat. And then if they come to you, that's like, I feel like that's,
Yeah.
I don't know, pretty proper to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think any cetacean could get away from a human being if it wanted to. It's like we're just not that good of a swimmer compared to them.
How is that with the Marine Mammal Protection Act? Because there's different types of harassment, right? Like there's level B, what is it, A, B, and C?
Something like that, yeah.
So I wonder if you're not harassing it, is it technically not illegal?
I think another thing they always say is modifying behavior too,
Yeah, if you're not changing the behavior of the animal, right?
So I guess if you
Yeah.
go in the water and they stick around in the area, I mean, that's not obviously modifying behavior.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't want people to just jump in the water anyways because there's boats and it's not even just the
Like-
whales, it's a lot of other things that could happen.
Like that swim with dolphins program in Hawaii that came under scrutiny, and like pretty much all of them have been shut down now, is with the spinner dolphins. A lot of times they were just like dumping the snorkelers like right in front of the dolphins that are trying to sleep. And so that, I'm like, okay, that seems like not really responsible. But if they happen to go by you while you're in their area, that's fine. But like day after day after day, you're just like passing off snorkelers and
I've
putting
seen
them
a
in
lot
front of the dolphins on purpose, then that's not.
I guess if they're dumping them in front of them, but
Yeah.
I feel like I see so much footage that came from Hawaii where they are swimming up and right past the people too.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was always a negative effect.
No,
when they were
I think
swimming
there
with
was
them
a
in
few
Hawaii.
companies that were like really not doing it responsibly, which is why they came
Yep.
under so much scrutiny.
And because they're sleeping, you guys know that they can travel, sleep, breach, and eat. I feel like
Yeah.
almost, maybe not eating, But they can do a lot of stuff while sleeping, right?
Yeah, it's just like it's one more stressor, you know, like if you're not doing it responsibly and then the animal's trying to rest. Yeah, they can do all kinds of stuff while they're resting, but like, do they have to?
Yeah.
You know?
But do you also feel like if they wanted to, they could just
leave?
They could leave too.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that you should mess with a sleeping animal. I'm just saying
I think if you do it responsibly and you're being really respectful of the whales, I think it's foolish to think that we're gonna do anything that's super detrimental to them because like they totally could get away from you.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes like they could mess you up.
Yeah. And also, it seems like the places where it's done more often, Tonga, Dominican Republic. I mean, you got, you know, some guides out there who actually will watch the people and make sure they don't do anything stupid. Most of them, you know, are following guidelines not to, you know, bother the animals, and even the passengers making sure they don't bother the animals.
And I think they're looking out for whale behaviors because the humpback, especially in Tonga or in any of the breeding grounds, if they start to get active, start peck slapping,
get out of the way.
They usually move the people out of the water because, you know, they can breach in like a second. Which people, there's totally videos of them breaching right next to people.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
I think I'd be scared. I'd be like, oh no, that is a lot of whale jumping right next to me.
Do you think they know exactly where the like tip of their nose is going to land?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You think they're that good at it?
Oh, yeah.
Calves, okay. Juveniles and calves is a different thing.
Yeah.
But like adults, for sure.
There's a lot of videos surfacing of humpbacks breaching like 10 feet from boats. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that one in Alaska, there's one somewhere else, and it looks scary as heck. But they like don't hit it.
Someone said that that incident in front of Moss Landing.
Yeah,
that if you replay that video, you actually see the hump. You know, we all make mistakes. The humpback literally tries to change its body language a little bit in midair because it kind of like realized like, oh, something's next to me.
Yeah, and it only ended up hitting the tip of the kayak when originally before it like changed the roll. It could have landed like the back of its head flat on those people.
Yeah.
Which was pretty insane. I just talked to that guy about that.
Tom,
yeah, I interviewed him for a different project, and he was like
the kayaker. Mm-hmm. He was just here on Blue Ocean, right?
Yeah,
a few months ago. Yeah,
his whale detective story that he was doing about that incident, trying to figure out, you know, like what whale breached on him, comes out I think in the U.S. in August.
Did he find out?
He wouldn't tell me the results.
Oh, you know what though? Oh, okay.
If you're in,
if I was on the boat and I remember them saying they narrowed it down to what whales were feeding that.
Yeah,
day.
they have like the suspect and then the known associates based on the happy whale stuff, but the rest of the story.
Wait, I remember being on the boat with Ted and them saying like this. Like I remember seeing a whale and they're saying this one could be potentially it. That's kind of cool to think.
Nice.
I guess they saw Fran the other day.
Yeah, Fran's back.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fran's back. Good for her.
So I did see someone online saying that Fran. They were like, we saw Fran down here and she's a boy, but don't they know that Fran's a girl?
Yeah, supposedly, I think. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Fran's a girl. In fact, they're always hoping for her offspring. She is one of the humpbacks that I want to say she's second or third generation that showed up in the Monterey Bay area. Yeah,
Happy
I don't know what that means, but
which means
I've seen
her mom, and maybe even her mom's mom is here. Yeah,
I've seen Fran with you, and I've seen Fran with you.
Yeah, man.
Pretty cool.
Fran's pretty cool.
In different years too, like 2016 and like 18, I think.
Yeah.
Me and Eric had her breach, tail slap, tail throw.
yeah, we're at the point.
That was your phone background for a long time.
Yeah, the fluke. Yeah,
With one of the other boats, right? The Star or something.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I watch her take naps a lot.
On a video.
But she's so chill. Like, she just hangs out right next to the boat and just sleeps. She doesn't even care.
Yeah, but everyone's was waiting for her to come back, and she's back. But yeah, I want to say she was one of the ones that has a family history of being out here.
Yeah, she's definitely a cool whale. Well, back to that topic, the swimming with cetaceans in the wild. What was I going to say?
Would you do it?
Yes, 100%.
I'm nervous. I don't know if
Second, would you swim with the transients that we have here, though? Because, okay, they swim with them in all the other places. I'm just saying, if it was like clear water, I don't know if I could do it in this green water. And it was regulated and all the like good stuff. There was rules, but like,
I feel like they just wouldn't stay in one place long enough for it to be worth
Oh,
their
you don't
while.
think they'd turn at you real quick and check you out?
Maybe for like a second and then be like, all right, gotta go by.
Whatever. It's good enough for me.
I mean, it's freaking cold, dude.
Pee in my wetsuit and then keep going.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what? You're gonna get all that rigmarole, get the 7 mil wetsuit on because it's so freaking cold, and then they're gonna just like buzz you once, and then that's it.
Could be the shot of a lifetime.
Piece of chicken grease. That's it.
Bumper
like,
sticks his tongue out at you.
I mean, I don't know. Because I feel like even when they are friendly with the boat, like they move around so much that I feel like it would be so hard to see them in the water.
I have a weird feeling that if someone got in the water with them, they might stick around a little bit longer.
Maybe.
Come on, how many people are swimming with the CA-51s? Like, if someone was swimming with them, you don't think they'd turn and like check? Then again, I've swum with bottlenose dolphins somewhere in the world, and they came by for like a second.
Yeah, and then they don't even care. Yeah.
They definitely turned though and like came back and then kept going.
Because like with the humpbacks, it's like it's moms and calves, so they're resting. Like the mom's sleeping a lot of the time, and then you get to see the calf, and then like they're just hanging out. They're not moving. But with killer whales, like they're always on the go.
What do you think, Eric? You're not swimming with them?
You know what? If it's regulated, I would definitely do it. I mean, I haven't swam with cetaceans on purpose, but like, I mean, I've been to Florida with the manatees and stuff like that. And if you go with a reputable company that actually, protects the animals, watches the divers, actually have guides in the water, then I think that it is okay. Because I've personally watched the guides that I go with, go after and you scold people who are not practicing those, the good ethics and stuff around the animals and the treatment of the animals out there. And I also go to places where it's a lot quieter, where the animals aren't, being surrounded by too many, less people and stuff like that. So
I'm surprised we don't have any more like any swim with animals anywhere, like not even Hawaii really, like the humpbacks, because it's like it's just like a U.S. thing, I think though. Because if those humpbacks, if the Hawaiian Islands were anywhere else, I feel like people would be swimming with them.
I don't know. I mean, how did you had pretty good weather the whole time you were in Hawaii? I mean, that's the other question I have is like, what's the weather like in these places? Like when it starts blowing 15, 20 knots, you can't swim with them anymore, right? Like, so how many days do you get good sea conditions?
I don't know. I think you could have swum, like those humpbacks, you could have swam with them. Dude, they came right to the boat and were like, just went right underneath the boat. I mean, that was probably, I've had them rumble on the boat here, but with the clear water, I mean, they were like an inch from the boat. I'm not even joking.
Because some of it's also like the logistics of getting people in and out of boats depending on the sea conditions.
But all the boats there are made for that. Yeah. All the boats there do snorkel trips during the winter or the summer.
Yeah.
Well, they do them during the winter as well.
I don't know. I mean, I'll never say never. Like, I'll probably try it sometime in my life, but
I'm going to Tonga one day.
I don't know.
Yeah, really, Tonga is one of my dream trips. But once again, there you're watching the people. A lot of the people out there, it's their livelihood. They're about protecting those animals. I want you to have a good experience because their livelihood. Same thing with Baja. We've all officially been there. You put up pictures and people knock you. Like, leave the whales alone. And I always tell them, don't say anything until you go there. When a freaking gray whale brings her calf to you, don't tell me I'm bugging the animal when it's bringing its calf to me,
Truly, all of these animals could get away if they wanted
Exactly.
to. Like,
they can swim away.
They can hold their breath for 20 minutes plus.
Yeah.
All of them. Like,
I mean, that's part of why, like, what you're saying with the transients, I'm like, dude, they would immediately just, like, hi, bye. And you're like, all right, that was
if they
cool.
dropped to 20 feet in, like, a second, you know what I mean?
You're like, all right, then I didn't even see them.
Yeah, and, I'm not going to go out with a company that's, not legit and charging up on the animals. Even get passengers on the boat, like, are we bugging the whales? It's like, what do you want me to say? Why'd you even come on this trip if you think we are,
I get that question a lot.
We were talking about that in the wheelhouse today on the way out.
Yeah, why would you ask me that and come on this trip? I'm not going to... I love these animals, and that's why I'm here. Yeah.
I feel like people don't even realize to ask it until they're on the boat, though, and then they're like, "Oh shoot!"
People ask me on my Instagram all the time.
Like, are we bothering the whales?
And I say the same thing. It's like, look where we are. We're in the open ocean. You're watching normal behavior. They're feeding. They're right next to us. We're in their home. They can go any direction around us to leave this area. You tell me.
We've
answer your own
seen them
question.
when they don't want to be seen. Fat fin.
Oh,
They
Exhibit
zigzag.
A.
They go a million miles the
Although
opposite direction.
the 51s are really good at ditching boats too. When they're over it, dude, you'll never see it.
Well, think about it. They came right to us today, and then out of nowhere, they popped up like a quarter mile away.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if they really wanted to leave, it wouldn't even take them but like 2 minutes to be a mile away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how far they can get in.
And these people don't see what we do behind the scenes. I mean, literally us three, are in the works, plus more fellow whale watchers, are doing stuff to protect these animals,
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. People ask questions like that. It's like, you think that many people, 99% of us are not here to harm these animals or to take advantage of them or to get the closest look possible, so we can look down their blowholes. I don't get when people ask me that question all the time. Are we bugging them? It's like, I wouldn't be doing this if I was.
No, but there is people that do bug them. So
Yeah.
So we're not saying that nobody does, because I've seen people do it. I saw someone do it in Baja, and the other company was pissed, and they called whoever they called there.
Yeah.
And then we've seen it, in other places in California.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just like a lack of education or like,
or a private
or like
boat or
or
something,
like loving
but
them to death too. Like you think that you're like having this amazing encounter with them, and really you're just like over loving them. The whales are like, whoa, dude, slow down.
Lift his head up, and he said, "Please swim with me." He had this crazy look in his eye, and he said, "Get in the water."
So, yeah, I don't know.
Under certain regulations, if it's regulated, and people have done it before me, for many years or stuff like that.
I think you need some experience, some expertise, and some oversight, and then. If you're doing it responsibly, sure.
It's nature. We're a part of nature, and species interact.
Yeah, if we didn't have like boats and everything, you know what I mean, and we were just a part of nature, we would be swimming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, except for we're so civilized, like with boats and trains and cars and planes.
We're an animal too, so we're gonna eventually gonna interact with our animals. But obviously we are the ones that think we know better, so we should treat these animals better too with respect. So random out of the blue thing. So remember we were talking about Fran, but it's not two generations. She's actually her mom was River or Big Fin, so Fran is a calf, and she was her mom Big Fin used to hang out here in Monterey Bay.
Can you see how far Fran went down, so I can see where? I think it was like.
I think they see her down at
So Fran, let's see.
The Whales of Guerrero project.
Wow, yeah, she's been down in mainland Mexico,
yeah.
So
isn't that nuts?
Yeah, way down south on the coast of Mexico.
She's been far down in 2014 in the southern tip of mainland Mexico. Let me see if I can get an actual city so you guys can have a reference.
Isn't it like San Luis Potosi or something like that?
Jose.
Really far.
Yeah, it's like basically down at the border.
Muy lejos from home.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. So one of the ladies that started that research project down there, which is now pretty much entirely run by all the locals that live down there. She's from Central California.
Cool.
Katarina Audley.
Uh-huh.
She started that project with the intention of just handing it over to the locals once it was up and running, which is pretty much they're pretty much at that point now. And yeah, she's like, oh yeah, I know Fran. She like went whale watching with
Yeah, so pretty much off of Acapulco. That's where as far as she has gone. I'm not sure about the recent year how far she's gone, but yeah, she's been seen as far as the coastline of Acapulco.
Another one that gets commonly sighted down, I think, out of Cabo, is Batman.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's pretty well known down there too.
Is Batman the one with the little W?
Yeah, he's like got a piece missing out of the middle of one of his flukes.
There was a whale that looked exactly like that in Hawaii, and I was like, Batman! I freaked out, and they were like, and everybody looked at me, and I was like, okay, this is definitely not Batman, but it looked just like him. I don't even know if I yelled out Batman. I was just like, I know that whale.
They're like, no, dude, I don't think so.
They're like, chill, brah.
Now that I think about, man, I haven't seen. Okay, good. Someone's seen Batman recently, but
we
saw him last summer.
Yeah.
Already?
Oh, they did?
So I think someone saw him in the winter, but we saw him last summer.
He was here with like Cat's Paw or something, or one of the other ones.
He was hanging out pretty late into the summer too. I remember seeing him in October.
I guess I keep on missing Batman, but yeah, I personally haven't seen Batman since.
I saw him a couple times.
Does it say my name on there or what?
I should, yeah. Your picture's right here, so you have seen Batman.
Yes. I saw the movies and I saw the whale.
Oh my goodness.
All right, you guys. I think that's it for this podcast.
Yeah, once we start talking about random stuff that's not whale related, we got to wrap it up.
Well, we had an awesome week. I feel like it's going to continue all the way into the summer here in Monterey, and I'm going out tomorrow. Who's going out tomorrow with me?
Me.
Yay.
I'll be going out, but out of Moss Landing.
Sweet. So we'll all be on the water tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't follow us on Instagram, it's Whalenerds. We also have a Patreon. You can find a link to that on our Instagram. And yeah, thanks for listening, you guys.
Yeah, we have a cool welcome gift for our new Patreon followers. So if you want to get a nice little gift from us, you can sign up.
You didn't even say bye.
Oh, bye, everyone.
Bye.